Welcome in, everybody, to Wapsie Valley Wrestling on the Road. We are here at North Tama High School tonight, where Wapsie Valley will be wrestling in another triangular dual meet, taking on the host North Tama Redhawks and the Sumner-Fredericksburg Cougars. Should be a great night of wrestling. Opening tonight, the Warriors will be on the mats first, taking on Sumner-Fredericksburg, as that is an NICL conference duel. Then there will be a bit of a break as North Tama will recognize their seniors tonight. Second duel of the night will be North Tama and Sumner-Fredericksburg, and then wrapping up the night will be Wapsie Valley and North Tama. Once again tonight, I am joined on the broadcast by Mr. Zach Bavers. Hi, Zach.
I'm doing good tonight. I think this is a really good night. We're on the road again, and I'm glad we're here tonight, giving all these fans what they want to see, and they want to see Wapsie Valley wrestling, so I'm ready.
It absolutely should be a great one. No, look back. We were on the air for when Wapsie Valley wrestled at Hudson against Hudson and DNHGR last week, where the Warriors picked up 2 big wins there. On Saturday, the Warriors traveled to the 56th annual Tripola tournament, where they placed second, beating out perennial powerhouse Lisbon, coming in just second to Nashville Plainfield, despite being a couple of wrestlers short of a full lineup. And on Tuesday, we weren't able to broadcast, but the Warriors went to Don Bosco and beat New London 64 to, I believe it was 18. Or
yeah.
12.
Yes, 12. I believe it was 12.
Or 24. Wapsie Valley won it big.
Wapsie Valley won the duel, yes. That's the big key.
Forgive us for forgetting the numbers. There's a whole lot of scores and stuff. You know, in a season, you forget which one's which. And then in the second duel of the night, the Wapsie Valley second duel of the night, they wrestled number 1 ranked Don Bosco, where they did pick up 4 wins. Dawson Schmidt got a pin at 126. Dallas Tissue got a win at 132, I believe, or 138, 145. Sorry. Dallas Tissue got a win at 145. At 195, Derek Hilsenbeck got a pin, and probably the biggest win of the night for the Warriors in that one. Cannon Yeager picked up a win over a ranked top 10 opponent from Don Bosco at 182 pounds. So that's what the Warriors have done since the last time you've seen them and heard us on the air. As we are again back on tonight with the Warriors taking on North Tama and Sumner-Fredericksburg. All right, Zach, so we're waiting here. Folks haven't looked. We are in a bit of a wait as North Tama is hosting a junior high girls wrestling meet. So once that thing gets wrapped up, there will be a little bit of a break, and then we'll get rolling into tonight's matches. Zach, give us some early thoughts.
I think this is going to be a big duel for Wapsie. They're in the regional dual hosting race with Don Bosco as well as some other teams, but they've almost locked up a regional dual spot. Now for them, they need to focus on, hey, we want to host regional duels. So we need to keep on this winning streak that we've been on, despite Don Bosco. But I think this will be a big duel tonight for the Warriors.
And folks, we'll take a quick pause here for the national anthem. welcome back in again, folks. All right, so Zach, back to your thoughts on the night coming up.
So I think for Sumner-Fredericksburg, they need to prove something tonight. They don't have a lot of wrestlers in their lineup, so they're going to need to work out those early weights where they don't have a lot of wrestlers and be able to maybe get some big falls, get some big pins down the line to where they can hopefully work themselves back into one of these duels. And I think for North Tama, almost the same thing. They've got a bit of an open spot problem. 4 open weights here tonight for them. 4. So, again, for them, they need to work on bonus points. Because if they can get bonus points, it'll help them.
Who's out there?
Jonah
Out of the mat right now, we have Wapsie Valley's Jonah Frost taking on Sumner-Fredericksburg's Noah Henderson. This match at 160 pounds.
Right away, Henderson with a quick takedown on Frost. Already trying to work on that. Maybe an armbar. Gets in on a single leg as Jonah works back up to his feet. Henderson works Frost back down. Henderson looking to grab that front wrist. See if he can pull it out behind and put it on his back. Maybe try to work for an armbar there, but Jonah gets away for the one. We have an untied shoe. Be a stalling warning on Frost. With about 30 seconds here in this first period. It is 2-1 Henderson. Working on head-hand position here. Trying to find a way to get an open look for a shot. Henderson trying to work on that slide by single there, but as time winds down. Henderson looking for a snap down. Jonah trying to work out for a takedown as they go out of bounds. I think that'll be the end of the period. It will.
So at the end of the first period, it's Noah Henderson with a 2-1 lead on Wapsie Valley's Jonah Frost in this 160-pound match. Henderson on the bottom and Frost on top to start period number 2.
Frost looked like he got a 1 count there, but he's now trying to look for a tilt there, but he's got that wrist. Let's go, trying to go for an arm bar. He's got that front wrist, but Henderson able to work out of it. Goes for a crossface. Looking for a crossface cradle. Henderson works back up to his base. Henderson looking for a sit out there, but defended nicely by Frost as he looks for maybe a butcher. Just trying to find some way to flip Henderson over onto his back. Looking for a crossface. Stalling on bottom on Henderson.
Sweet Tressler now with a stall call. Next stall either way will end up being a point.
Making sure that armbar doesn't get too far above the shoulder. Jonah looking for that armbar, trying to work him over to his back. Henderson works him to his feet. Henderson doing a nice job of taking Frost momentum. trying to push him over to his back, working right up to his feet, gets the escape, take a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, Frost is working hard trying to get that turn, but Henderson did a great job pinning that arm back down and was able to get up to his feet and free himself. And the final seconds tick away in the second period. Headed to the third, it's Noah Henderson 3, Jonah Frost 2 in the opening match of the night in this duel between the Warriors and Cougars.
So Frost gets the choice in the third period. He will take bottom. Henderson chooses the, he's going to optional start here. He's going to let him up. So Frost will get the point, make it a 3-2 match as both wrestlers on their feet. Henderson takes a double leg shot there. Frost trying to sprawl out of it. Henderson's got both legs. Gets a 2 takedown on the edge of the mat. Henderson looking to try to get that arm, try to look for an arm bar. Sticking that head in the elbow, trying to force Jonah's arm back. Jonah's got to get up and out here. He's down 3, scores 5-2, and he works up. Gets right back down to his knees, trying to work his way up. He's got about a minute left to go here in the third. He's working up to his feet. Henderson doing a nice job. He's got him over. Frost got a bridge, maybe try to get out of it, but Henderson locks up the fall.
That fall coming in 5 minutes and 10 seconds for Noah Henderson as Sumner-Fredericksburg is first on the board, leading 6-0. Now headed to 170 pounds, where we will see the varsity debut of Warrior freshman Hayden Hilsenbeck. And Sumner-Fredericksburg does not have a 170-pounder, so it is a forfeit win for Hayden Hilsenbeck, who starts off his varsity career 1-0. Next up, we go to 182 pounds. For Wapsie Valley will be Cannon Yeager. His opponent will be Grant Henderson.
Starting off the match right into some inside ties here, looking for some type of position here. That's how most of these upper weight matches will start. Guys just trying to find a way to get an open look for a shot. Good hand fighting here. Yeager looking for that slide by single there, but doesn't get it. Henderson trying to look for maybe an ankle pick or of some sort, but doesn't get it. So they work on the edge of the mat here. Henderson trying to go for a slide by. Looking for wrist position here. Yeager trying to go for a head position there, trying to go for a club, but doesn't get him. So with just under a minute to go, still 0-0. Yeager works around, trying to go for a front headlock, maybe a headlock throw, but gets around behind for the 2 and locks up a cradle real fast. Looks to get the ball. He's looking to settle in here with this cradle. He's got about 30 seconds. He's got to settle in.
And there's the pin. Cannon Yeager with the fall over Grant Henderson. With 26 seconds remaining in the first period, Wapsie Valley jumps ahead 12-6 in the duel. So on to 220 pounds we go. For 195 pounds. For Wapsie Valley, it's Derek Hilsenbeck taking on Sumner-Fredericksburg's Kyle Kuhlman.
Hilsenbeck in there on a nice single leg, but Kuhlman does a nice job not letting it turn into points. Hilsenbeck trying to work on another shot. There's a nice re-attack there by Kuhlman into a front headlock position. Looks like Hilsenbeck has the advantage here. He's got to find a way to get that arm out, work around behind. Kuhlman still trying to advance on that single leg. He's got to work on a way to get that arm out. Kuhlman's got that left arm of Hilsenbeck. As they go off, Hilsenbeck goes to a single, cuts off to a double on the edge.
And they'll go out of bounds.
No takedown, but blood time.
Blood time here for, it appears, Kuhlman.
Looked like a takedown, but I guess the ref deemed it was out of bounds. He didn't keep his feet in bounds as they went off the mat.
You know, that was an update to the rules a couple of years ago, going to that 2 points of contact, really emphasizing having to keep those in bounds. There was a little bit of an update, especially for some of these older wrestlers in the lineup, some of the younger guys, not as much, you know, coming up from the youth ranks where they didn't have that set of rules. But everybody's pretty much well adjusted. It wasn't a major change, just something,
yeah,
you know, a small change.
It's a minor change, but if you look at it, it could have a big impact on a match like this, you know, where, you know, in a certain scenario, time's running down to the third, you need a takedown. I mean, that makes sense, but I think I'm glad they have it to where if the wrestler who's getting the takedown keeps his 2 feet in bounds, it's a takedown. I think that's better for the matches.
Nevertheless, coaches are always going to argue it, either way.
Always.
And back in on the action.
Hilsenbeck in there on a single leg. Kuhlman trying to maybe work for some back points here. Look for a major, could be a danger position here for Hilsenbeck if he gets his back turned. But he's got to throw those legs off because Kuhlman is in a pretty bad situation here if Hilsenbeck can get his head out and get a takedown here. But I'm surprised when Kuhlman's, you know, on his back, they aren't calling a danger point. I mean, you got to think at some point they're going to have to start doing back points.
And they're just called a stalemate after they go around for a while. Nobody really gaining any position or trying to improve.
I think that's a good thing for Kuhlman. He was kind of in a bad situation there. Good to get a stalemate and start fresh.
And that ends the first period. Both wrestlers scoreless, headed to the second. Kuhlman's choice defers to the third period. Hilsenbeck goes in the bottom position.
So we have a caution on Hilsenbeck. Jumped the gun a little bit. We get set to start the second period. Kuhlman going right into that. He's trying to get his feet inside the legs there, but by doing that, you work him down to his stomach, but you also give Hilsenbeck an opportunity to try to work out of it. Because right here, if Hilsenbeck can, you know, break the hand lock there and get his head out, that's a really bad spot there for Kuhlman. But looks like it's working for him. He's trying to get that elbow or that shoulder, 45 degrees, trying to get some back points out of it. But he's got Hilsenbeck flat to where he can't really get pressure off his knees and work back up. He's trying to work up, but Kuhlman driving that head right into the mat. He's got him worked over. Hilsenbach rolls through. Surprised they gave him a 2 count there. Looked like only a 1, but 2 points nonetheless. Kuhlman goes right back into that position. Trying to look for that power half. Got about 35 seconds here in the second period. Hilsenbach finally works up to his base. He's got to turn out, get at least some points here in the second, but Kuhlman reels him right back into that position there, but
Hilsenbach back up to his knees. Trying to work on that left ankle of Kuhlman.
He's got to turn into him. He can turn into him. He's got 9 seconds. He's got to pull it up, turn into him.
And the period's going to expire before that happens. So headed to the third, Kyle Kuhlman with a 2-0 lead on Derek Hilsenbach at 195 pounds. Since Kuhlman deferred choice in the second period, he will take bottom here to start the third.
So Coach Brian Krall telling Hilsenbach to do the same thing Noah Henderson did to Jonah Frost. Just let him up, give him the 1 point. You got to work on your feet, try to get a takedown. Hilsenbach trying to look for some shot opportunities. Works on a single there. Kuhlman using that top ride position that he's been in to his advantage. He's keeping Hilsenbach from advancing on these shots. Keeping him, at this point, he's up by 3, just is going to waste clock. Waste clock, chew it off. So we'll hit a stalemate. I guess we had some blood time. I think for Hilsenbach, you got to get your feet, legs, your knees under yourself, push up. You got to push up. Get him off the mat, bring him up, take him back down. Because you can't give him that opportunity of getting that ride position in where he can just bring you right back down to the mat and look for some back points.
So as Kuhlman gets attended to for blood time, as he's gone about a minute and 15 seconds of blood time used up so far in this match. Hilsenbach able to go over to the Warriors corner, get a few words of advice from coaches Crawl and Crawl as how to attack here in the third.
Yeah. Hilsenbach in there on another shot. Works back up to his feet. He's got to find a way to get some form of a takedown or points here because he's running short on time. Works on a shot there. Kuhlman defends it. Kuhlman then there on a shot. Hilsenbach trying to work on that front headlock position. And if you're Kuhlman, he's just trying to hang on. Waste time. Looks like he's trying to advance this shot, but Hilsenbach pulling that ankle up, not letting him push off his feet. He's got to break that hand lock, but we'll get a stalemate. Got about 36 seconds left on the clock.
As Hilsenbach goes in the shot, works on that left leg.
Again, Kuhlman using that top right position to just not let Hilsenbach advance on these shots. But Hilsenbach trying to pull his head out, trying to find something. He's trying to work him over. He's got him on his back. I don't get the point situation here.
Hasn't been able to free the head yet. Henderson Kuhlman still locked in on that head of Hilsenbach. 4 seconds go, 3, and Hilsenbach does get the takedown, but just a little too late as Kyle Kuhlman picks up the win over Derek Hilsenbach by a score of 3-2. The decision now moves our dual score to Cougars 9, Warriors 12, headed to 220 pounds.
Looks like Brown will receive a forfeit, but in that Elsenbeck match, he had Coleman flat on his back. I mean, flat on his back. He had him there for a good 5 seconds. I don't know why the ref wasn't counting, some danger points or back points of some sort, because I don't know if you could just hang there on your back for 5 seconds, still having that head locked up and, not have any points awarded. But Matthias will receive a forfeit at 285.
So it looks like it'll be Sumner's call to send out. Says Matthias getting the forfeit win at 285. Wapsie Valley leading 24-9. Will go to 106 pounds.
It looks like here's the problem here for Sumner-Fred. They just 3 open weights back to back to back.
And Caden Belinsky gets the forfeit win. Now 30-9 Wapsie Valley. Our next wrestling match, 113 pounds for Sumner-Fredericksburg. It will be Sam Egan taking on Wapsie Valley's Landon Frost. Frost, freshman in the Warrior lineup, didn't start out in the varsity lineup the first couple weeks, but worked his way in. Has had a couple of good matches, and he's in the circle tonight.
Head-hand position. Looked like Egan's trying to work for some sort of slide by with the wrist there. He's trying to work on a single leg maybe. But just continued hand fighting. Work on some head-hand position. Frost there in on a single leg. See if he can cut it off to a double, but right on the edge. Nice throw there by Egan. He's right on the edge, just took Frost momentum and took him right to his back. Took double unders there and double underhooks and threw him right over.
It's good to see Frost taking the aggressive stance there as they go back at it. Approaching 1 minute on the clock here in the first period.
Egan looking for that front headlock position. Frost trying to work back up to his feet as they work out of bounds. No points yet here in the first period, but a lot of just moving, looking for shots, trying to find any open look that they can get. There's a nice shot there by Frost, looking for that single leg.
Trying to aim it on that right.
Egan looking for that whip over. He's got him worked up. He's got to pull him back into his waist and throw him over. He's looking like he's trying to do that. Frost doing a good job defending it, but nonetheless, Egan will get a takedown. He's got that arm run over the back there. Frost trying to look for a takedown here, but looks like he won't have enough time.
And Frost does get credit for the escape. So 2-1 the advantage for Sam Egan on Landon Frost, headed to the second period at 113 pounds.
Caution on Egan. Looks like wasn't in the right position there, but Egan had the choice in the second period, deferred to the third, so Frost gets the choice he took down. Took the bottom position, I should say. But Egan trying to look for a cradle maybe. But Frost able to break the lock. He's trying to work back up to his feet. Egan trying to look for that cradle still. They get run over. Frost trying to work on that hip out there. He's got to get his legs away. Trying to turn back in. Looks like he's going to get a reversal. Nice reversal there. Able to get that hip out and just run right into him. Force Egan over. Use his leverage to his advantage, able to work him over.
There's that aggressiveness paying off for Frost there. Gets him the 3-2 advantage. Under 1 minute to go in the second period. Working in that top position, trying to tuck that head under.
Frost trying to look for a turn here, maybe a tilt of some sort, but he's working at it. Trying to look for maybe an armbar of some sort. He's got that front wrist. Looking for a half Nelson, but stalling on red. Looks like Frost just wasn't moving his hips enough to try to work both sides. Can't just stay on one side and stay there. He's got to work at it.
So since Frost in the top position, call for the stall there. Go back to center and reset.
Frost working him back down to his stomach. See if he can, he's looking to try to grab that front wrist there. Egan trying to look for that sit out. Frost's got to suck him back. He's getting the back. Getting the back points. A nice bridge there by Egan. But as the period will come to an end, no back points awarded.
On to the third period we go. Landon Frost holding a 3-2 lead on Sam Egan. As Egan chooses neutral to start the third.
Frost working with that elbow wrist position, trying to look for that slide by as they work on the edge here.
The official saw some blood as he looks over. Small scrape on Frost. So he'll go get checked out.
Maybe a cut of some sort on his hand, but
it is a bit warm in this gym, so maybe a little dry, cracked, cracked fingers.
Very warm in here. They got fans running in both doorways trying to keep it cool in here, but it is hot. You wouldn't think of that in a cold Iowa winter night, but it's hot in here.
They cut the blood time, get close to starting this one back up. For those of you who are watching comfortably from home, just know it is definitely a cozy gymnasium here at North Tama. But we definitely want to thank North Tama AD Taylor Worth and North Tama in general for allowing us to come and accommodating us so we can bring our live stream to you. We'd also like to thank our sponsors who make our stream possible. Grumpy's Bar and Event Center, Little Wapsie Communications, Orange Mutual Telephone Company, RTC Communications in Reedland, and TrueServe Insurance. Be sure to patronize their businesses so they can continue to support us. And back to action we go.
Shot right off the whistle there by Egan, and another shot there, but look for a re-attack. Egan looking for that headlock throw. He's got that arm. Frost doing a nice job. He's got to keep his waist to the mat. But Egan, good job. Good job by Egan, willing to work him over. Looks like he's going to get 2 back points there, but he's still got that arm. Frost has got to keep his hips to the mat. He's got to keep his waist down. That way Egan can't use his leverage of him trying to work up, throw him over, but good job by Frost not turning that into either 3 back points or maybe even a fall.
Less than a minute to go here in the match. Frost trying to spin out.
Oh, Frost had a really nice situation there, looking for maybe a hip out or a sit out there of some sort, try to turn back, maybe get a reversal. He's got 40 seconds. He's got to work up to his feet and get out.
Yeah, Frost had a nice little opening there as Egan got out to the side, but Egan was able to fight back and get back into position. And they go out of bounds. 32 seconds to go in the match.
Frost, nice hip out. Nice hip out there by Frost. He's going to get the reversal. He's got to keep him down. He's got to keep him down for about 20 seconds.
So Frost retakes the lead on that reversal, 5-4 on Egan. Working on the top, trying to break that left arm.
He's got 10 seconds. He's got to keep Egan down. Egan trying to look for a roll.
Out. Shoulders to the mat. A count started.
He's going to get back points. Maybe get a full. Oh, time ran out just barely, but Landon Frost had a really nice opportunity there for a fall. Just maybe a few more seconds, we could have seen that turn into 6.
But 3 points on the board for the Warriors as Frost picks up the 7-4 decision on Sam Egan, bumping Wapsie Valley's dual lead up to 33-9. Next up, our 120-pounders.
So it'll be Reese Hagenau versus Trace Meyer. Myers there got double underhooks. Reese trying to look for a single leg there. Reese working him down to his mat. Got the whizzer in. His opponent will be Brennan Blake. As Reese trying to work to get around behind, he will get the 2. I guess that was a 2 reversal. I wonder, I must have missed Blake getting the takedown there, but Reese now working on top, trying to work for an inside wrist here. Trying to work for something. He's got to move, otherwise he's going to get called for stalling. He's got that right wrist there, but loses it. Like I said, Reese just wasn't moving enough on top to avoid the stalling, but stalling on Reese Hagenau there. We'll restart. Hagenau trying to work on top, trying to find something. Reese maybe trying to look for a tilt or some sort. He's got that arm there. He tried to look for an arm bar, but Blake does a good job getting it back. Reese has got to keep moving on top. Otherwise he's going to get called for stalling again, and that's going to be a point for Blake. But as time winds down, should be tied going to the second.
So 2-2 the score between Reese Hagenau and Brennan Blake. Going to the second period at 120 pounds.
Hagenau will take the bottom position to start second period. Works in for a hip out. Nice hip out there by Hagenau, looking in at a nice opportunity there to get some back points, maybe even a fall, but nonetheless gets a nice hip out for 2. Reese working on top here. He's trying to work for those wrists, but long arms of Blake just keeping those wrists out of reach. Blake trying to work back up to his base. But we head to a minute left here in the second. Hagen now up 4-2. Reese still working on top. Reese got to keep moving on top. He's going to get another stalling call. It's going to be 1 point for Blake. The refs tonight, they've been really strict on the stalling call here. I've seen a lot of them, but not to say that's a bad thing, but these wrestlers got to adjust, learn to it, get moving. Can't be sitting there trying to chew off clock on top. So Reese
now works that left arm. Over the top, drives those hips, gets count started. Trying to get that left shoulder flat to the mat, and a pin for Reese Hagenow. He gets the fall over Brennan Blake in 1 minute and 37 seconds. Excuse me, 3 minutes, 37 seconds. Some of you may have heard that announcement here at the gym. North Tama, they're warning fans, anyone with children in a nearby school district, man offering candy, potentially trying to abduct children. So there's a reminder in this world we live in to always be careful and watch out for your children. Definitely not something we like to deal with, but something you can always be aware of. So, back into the wrestling action. Dawson Schmidt recorded the forfeit win at 126 pounds, going to 132 for Wapsie Valley. It will be, looks like, for Wapsie Valley, it's Dallas Tissue at 132 pounds. For Sumner-Fredericksburg, Ryder Larson.
We start the match off here early into some hand fighting. Shot attempt, maybe for an ankle pick attempt there by Tissue. There's a shot there, double leg shot, trying to pick him up. He'll work around, gets the two. Tissue got caught. He's trying to go for that tilt when he didn't have the arm secured. Gives up a reversal. Tissue tried to rush it, but just let it go. And Larson able to work around, get his hands free, and get around behind. But they go out of bounds. Just under 1 minute here in the first period. Score is 2-2. Tissue quick to work up to his feet. Trying to turn around, trying to get out. He's trying to turn back in to Larson. He does. He'll get the reversal. Larson trying to work him back down to the mat. Tissue turned into his momentum and just turned him right over as he now got an arm bar with a wrist. Trying to work his way around. He's got him. That's tight. He's flat.
And the pin for Dallas Tissue. Coming in 1 minute, 33 seconds over Ryder Larson. Wapsie Valley leading the duel 51-9, going to 138 pounds. Wapsie Valley will be sending out Kanan Decker. For Sumner-Fredericksburg, our best guess at the moment is Antonio Gitch. And it is Gitch and Decker out on the mat at 138.
Decker really quick to working on a single leg. He's working to maybe cut it off. He will get the 2. He's going to let Gitch right back up. Gitch there in on a shot. Decker with a nice re-attack. He's going to get the 2. See if Decker lets him back up, or he's going to work on his turns here. So he will let him up.
Decker
Another
back
takedown.
in the attack, 2 more.
He leads this match 6-2. As he'll let Gitch right back up. So it'll be 6-3. Quick attacks, too much for the scorers down here at our scoring table, trying to get the scores right. His correction in is 8-3. Another quick takedown there by Decker as he'll let Gitch right back up.
Decker working down that single leg. And gets 2 more now with a 12-4 lead on Antonio Gitch.
I think at this point you want to start working on your turns. Trying to work some way. So he looks to get a half Nelson here. But get potentially dangerous. Looks like Decker just had that elbow up too high.
Send the action back to center. Kanan Decker with a 12-4 lead on Antonio Gitch. Make the 12-5 lead as he gives up the escape before the restart. And on a lift double and 2 more for Kanan Decker.
Decker working in on that arm bar there. He's got the wrist. See if he can work it around. He's got to walk around. Oh, gets the wrist back. He's got to walk it around. He does.
Where he can get those hips down, trying to get both shoulders flat, and the pin. Kanan Decker with the fall over Antonio Gitch in 1 minute 39 seconds.
So we head to 145. It'll be Wapsie's Braden Dana against Sumner-Fredericksburg's Caden Meyer. Meyer being a senior. Dana being a sophomore, I believe.
Both wrestlers trying to feel each other out. As Meyer lines up shot, tries to go in on that left leg. Dana circling around.
He's got that cradle locked in. See if he can settle in. He's got a nice cradle there. He's got to work. He's got to get that other shoulder. He's got that right shoulder down. He's got to get that left shoulder. Touch the mat there.
Great job by Dana there, able to use Meyer's aggressiveness against him. Get that cradle locked up and a turn. For a quick 5-0 lead. Working toward the edge of the mat. Trying to turn that right arm over.
They will head out of bounds. Come back to the center. Dana still with that 5-0 lead with about just over a minute left to go in the first period. Sit out attempt there by Meyer. Dana working for that arm bar. He's got the wrist. He's working for that wrist. Dana trying to work him over. He's got to get that left shoulder down. Or, excuse me, right shoulder, and he does. Gets the fall with about 34 seconds left to go in the first.
And another pin for the Warriors. This one coming from Braden Dana over Caden Meyer at 145 pounds. And on to our final match of the duel, 152 pounds. For Wapsie Valley, it will be Garrett Miller, and he's going to take the forfeit win. And that will wrap up this duel with Wapsie Valley running away from the Cougars 69-9. All right, Zach, why don't you give us a rundown of the matches in this duel between the Warriors and the Cougars?
So we started this duel at 160 pounds with Noah Henderson of Sumner-Fredericksburg getting a fall over Jonah Frost in 5 minutes and 10 seconds, putting the Cougars up to an early 6-0 lead, but the Warriors getting able to tie this duel up at 170 with Hayden Ilsenbach receiving a forfeit. Cannon Yeager over Grant Henderson of Sumner-Fredericksburg in a fall of 1 minute and 33 seconds. Keegan Brown gets a forfeit. Andrew Mathias also received a forfeit, along with Caden Belinsky, all receiving forfeits. At 113, Landon Frost over Samuel Egan of Sumner-Fredericksburg in a decision of 7-4. Reese Hagenow over Brennan Blake of Sumner-Fredericksburg in a fall of 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Dawson Schmidt received a forfeit. Dallas Tissue over Ryder Larson, a fall of 1 minute 35 seconds. Kanan Decker over Antonio Gitch in a fall of 1 minute and 40 seconds. Braden Dana over Caden Meyer in a fall of 1 minute and 27 seconds. And Garrett Miller receiving a forfeit to end this duel with a final score of 69-9.
And there you have it, Wapsie Valley with the 60-point win over Sumner-Fredericksburg. The Warriors besting the Cougars with 5 falls to the Cougars 1 and picking up 6 forfeit wins, neither with a major and each with 1 decision. So, Zach, we're through our first duel of the night with Wapsie Valley beating Sumner-Fredericksburg. What did you see in that one? What did you like? And what do you expect going forward tonight into the second duel?
So I think for Wapsie, they were really aggressive on bottom. Really quick hip outs, sit outs, trying to get out right away. And they're not just looking for escapes. They're not looking for that one. They're trying to work for that reversal, get 2 points on that board, and try to work back on top. And I think they also were really aggressive on top when they were in that position, working to get those quick falls. And you saw a bunch in that match, just quick falls for the Warriors. And for Sumner, I think they wrestled pretty well. They wrestled fairly well against this, big Wapsie-filled team, but just the open matches for them, the open weights, that's what really got them behind, and they were never able to really rebound from that and try to put some points on the board.
Tama celebrating their seniors in their program right now. We'll step away, take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the footage and scores for you of our next duel between North Tama and Sumner-Fredericksburg, possibly with a little commentary added in before Wapsie Valley comes back in the third duel of the night against the host Redhawks. Stay tuned, everybody. welcome back in, everybody, as we get set for our second duel of the night, where North Tama will be taking on Sumner-Fredericksburg. At a bit of a break there, wrestlers get acquainted, everything lined up after North Tama's senior night, and ahead of our second duel between the Cougars and the Red Hawks. We get things going. We'll have a little bit of commentary from Mr. Bavers, as we'll periodically announce and commentate the matches, and ahead of our final duel of the night between Wapsie Valley and North Tama. All right, Zach, so you've seen Sumner-Fredericksburg for one duel. You know, we're still a little unknown on North Tama, but what are you looking at going into this one and what you've seen from looking at the lineups?
So I think this is going to be a very balanced duel, I think. I think for them, it's going to be really good. They have open weights at some points, so we're going to get a little back and forth. But I think overall, it's going to be really balanced. I think for Sumner-Fred, you got to flush it. You can't worry about that last duel that you had against Wapsie. Yes, it was ugly. But you need to flush it, focus on what's next, and get focused on what you have upcoming, which is North Tama. For North Tama, you've been rested, you're ready to rock. Go out, take advantage of your opportunity, and take it to the Cougars. Don't let them have any chance of getting back in this duel. And I think for North Tama, they just need to stay aggressive. If they can keep on the aggressive end and force the Cougars to kind of be defensive, that'll really help them as we get going through this duel.
Yep, so there's Zach's takes on our upcoming duel between the Red Hawks and the Cougars. We'll get started shortly. Stay tuned.
So we are back here as we started at 170 with a double open. So we head into 182, but looks like there will be a forfeit there. Coleman will come out. He will also receive a forfeit. Sorry. So it is 12-0. Sumner-Fredericksburg. So we head into 220. Another forfeit there for the Cougars. So they will take an early 18-0 lead. But we head into 285. North Tama will get a forfeit of their own. So as we head into 106, looks like we might have a double open here at 106. Or I guess at 106 we will have a forfeit for North Tama. So 5 forfeits to start off this duel. We head to 113. As we will hopefully have our first match of the night. but looks like we will receive another forfeit. Talked about the forfeits in the pre-dual takes, if you put it as you will, but forfeits galore. As it is tied up now, 18-18. As looks like we will be heading into 120 with our first match. So looks like 120 we'll have Samuel Egan so as we start off this match, looking there for some head-hand position. Egan looking in there in that front headlock position, gets around behind for the 2. Looks to get some back points here. He's got him kind of in a weird tilt position here, but looks like he will get 2 back points out of the deal. As he looks for more. He's looking to cradle that head there. Look for a fall maybe. He's got it kind of worked up and he gets the fall. So, Sumner-Fredericksburg with the fall for Samuel Egan. So we had 126. Be Brennan Blake for Sumner-Fredericksburg. And Christian Dronberger for North Tama. Start off the match here. Shot attempt there by Blake. Gets nice double leg there for Blake. Gets the 2. He's going into that same ride position that Coleman was in earlier when you saw him versus Hilsenbach. That double legs inside. Trying to work for any sort of back points, Mayor. Trying to work him over to his back. Again in that front head position. Trying to work him over to his back. Trying to get some back points. Gets a 3 count. 4 count. As it will go out of bounds. 3 points there for Blake. As Blake will let Dronberger up. So we'll make it a 5-1 match. Blake tried to go for that body lock there, but Dronberger able to keep him from maybe a bear lock there. Good hand fighting as we work on the edge here. Shot attempt there by Blake, see if he can get around behind. So, my correction, this match is between Briar Hall from North Tama and Trace Meyer from Sumner-Fredericksburg. Had a little bit of a lineup problems here, but we're getting it fixed. Sorry if I upset any parents. But it's the end of the first period. It is 7-1. As we go into the second. Hall will take the neutral position. He's got to try to get back in this match. Meyer there with a shot, looking for a cradle. Looking to run it over. He's got it. Had the cradle there. He's looking to do it again. Work it back up. He's got to run him over there. He does. And that'll be a quick fall there for Meyer. Sumner-Fredericksburg will take a 30-18 lead in this duel. As we head to 132. As we will have Ryder Larson of Sumner-Fredericksburg taking on Gavin Rauch of North Tama. Shot attempt there by Larson. Rauch into that front headlock position. He's working on trying to pull that head down, trying to run him into the mat to where he can get his arm out, trying to get around behind for the 2. But Larson hanging on to that arm as he'll finally let go and gives up the 2. Rauch trying to work on top. Larson there with a sit out, but goes right back down to his stomach. Larson's got to try to work back up to his base, build from there, try to get back up to his feet. About 40 seconds left to go here in this first period. Rauch tried to go for a tilt there, but Larson able to roll through. But as they will go out of bounds, we got about 12 seconds here left in the first period. Score is still 2-0 with Gavin Rauch leading over Ryder Larson. Larson quick to work up to his feet. Rauch has got that body lock. He's got to try to step through his leg, try to work over. But time will run out on that as we head to the second period. Gavin Rauch with the 2-0 lead over Ryder Larson. Sumner-Fredericksburg. Rauch with the choice in the second period. He will take bottom. Right up to his feet. Trying to break that hand lock. Larson bringing him right back down to the mat. He's got that wrist control on that left wrist there. So they're working majority middle mat. Larson still with that wrist control. He's got to work here. Try to not get called for stalling. Gives up the wrist. Try to work him down to his stomach. Rauch working up to his feet. He will get away for the 1. Making a 3-0 lead now for Gavin Rauch. Nice re-attack. Nice re-attack there by Larson. Got a half Nelson in. Really nice re-attack. Rauch winning on the shot. Larson with the re-shot. Get around. Larson with the throw. And he gets the fall for North Tama. North Tama puts themselves right back into this duel. It is now 30-24 Sumner-Fredericksburg. So we head to 138. Where it'll be Colt Kanak versus Antonio Gitch. So we start the first period off with a quick takedown here for Canuck. Quick turn. He's got the 5 count there, but he's working for that Turk, and he gets the fall. So North Tama ties up this duel at 30 with the fall. In 16 seconds as we head to 145, where it'll be Keegan Brooks of North Tama versus Caden Meyer of Sumner-Fredericksburg. It's quick, we go out of bounds. Start up fresh in the middle as we work our way towards the edge. Brooks there with a shot attempt. Meyer with the front headlock gets around behind for the 2. As Meyer looking for that armbar there. Trying to walk it around, but Brooks doing a nice job. But Meyer gets around. He's getting the back points and the quick fall for Meyer. Sumner-Fredericksburg takes back the lead 36-30. As we head to 152. Where looks like we got a little bit of an issue here. Where it'll be Drake Podhashki. Podhashki. I think I pronounced that right. I probably butchered it. But hard names, man. But anyway, North Tama gets the forfeit win as we head to 160. Where this will be the last match of the duel. It'll be Ty Guthrie of North Tama against Noah Henderson of Sumner-Fredericksburg. And this duel is all tied up at 36. This will decide the duel. Nice body lock there by Henderson. Gets the 2. Gets the 2 there for Henderson. Henderson with a 2-0 lead. Like I said, this duel is all tied up at 36. So this match will decide our Sumner-Fredericksburg North Tama duel. Henderson trying to look for some back points there on the suck back, but nothing doing. So Henderson still working on top. He's got to move, otherwise he's going to get hit for stalling. Seeing that called often tonight. Guys just not moving enough on top to continue the match, so they will call the stalling. But for the majority of this night, they've been using this one mat, which I guess is good for us. We don't have to continue to move the cameras from mat to mat. But about 20 seconds left in the first period. Henderson up 2-0 over Guthrie. Henderson keeping that forward pressure. He's got about 10 seconds left. So as we head to the second period, it'll be a 2-0 Noah Henderson. Henderson gets the choice. He will defer. Guthrie will choose bottom. For Guthrie, you got to get up right away. Maybe try for a sit out. Try to turn back into him. Maybe work up to your feet right away. Just find some way to get out. As he does work right up to his feet. Almost gets away. They go out of bounds, but Henderson keeps pressure as he's going to let Guthrie up. Make this a 2-1 match. Interesting decision with so much time left on the clock. Maybe Henderson thinks he can get a takedown here, increase his lead. So, working on hand position here. Head position. Trying to find a way to get an open look there for a shot. Ref telling wrestlers to work back to the center. So we continue working here on the edge. We go back to the center. Henderson on there with a far-fetched single leg shot. But no points. Guthrie went to look for a shot there, but Henderson tried to go for some sort of re-attack, but did not get it. Henderson looking for that Russian tie, but can't get a shot out of it. So we got 1 minute left here in the second period. Both these wrestlers are working their way. Henderson on a nice single leg shot. See if he can keep possession. He does. Gets the 2 takedown. Guthrie almost able to roll through, try to get some points of his own, but makes this a 4-1 match with about 30 seconds left in the duel. It's about 30 seconds left here in the second period. Henderson up 4-0 over Guthrie, 4-1 over Guthrie. My bad. About 10 seconds left here in the second period. As we head to the third, it'll be 4-1 Henderson. By the way, this is our first match that's gone to the third period. It's actually the first match to go to the second period. Just tells you what kind of night it's been for both of these teams. But we start neutral here. Both wrestlers looking for some type of shot opportunity. Guthrie's got to get a shot off here. He's got about 1:40, but Henderson takes a shot. Trying to work for maybe a body lock. He's trying to step through. He does! Gets it right to his back. In the quick fall. Right to his back. As Sumner-Fredericksburg will get the win in the duel. So, our final score of this duel, Sumner-Fredericksburg 42, North Tama 36, as I'll run you through the recap. So at 170, we had a double forfeit. And then for 6 matches, all ended up being forfeits. First 3 were Sumner-Fredericksburg, Grant Henderson, Kyle Kuhlman, and Ethan Hunt getting forfeits. Caden Bolt, Maxon Monat, and Case Monat of North Tama getting forfeits. Samuel Egan of Sumner-Fredericksburg over Stone Tracy of North Tama in a fall of 44 seconds. Trace Meyer over Briar Hall in a fall of 2 minutes 22 seconds. Gavin Roush over Ryder Larson of Sumner-Fredericksburg, a fall of 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Colt Canuck over Antonio Gitch in a fall of 16 seconds. Caden Meyer over Keegan Brooks in a fall of 44 seconds. Drake Podhashki of North Tama got a forfeit. And to end the duel in our final match, to decide the duel, it was Ty Guthrie with a fall over Noah Henderson and a fall over Ty Guthrie of 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So, our summary for the duel, we had 1 double forfeit. Sumner-Fredericksburg receiving 4 falls to North Tama's 2. And Sumner-Fredericksburg receiving 3 forfeits to North Tama's 4. Coming up next, our finale tonight, North Tama and Wapsie Valley. Next, stay tuned.
right, everybody, we're back and about set for third and final duel of the night. Your Wapsie Valley Warriors taking on the North Tama Redhawks. All right, Zach, you've seen two duels tonight. You've seen Wapsie once, you've seen North Tama once, you've all seen Sumner once. But what are you expecting here in this final duel between Wapsie Valley and North Tama?
I think for Wapsie, for them, they need to stay aggressive on bottom. We saw how aggressive on bottom they were. Quick sit-outs, quick hip-outs, trying to turn back in, get those reversals. They can't settle for one. Yes, if they're in that position, they need to just get out, get the point. But if they have an opportunity to go get that too, that's there for the taking. As well as they need to stay aggressive on top. I think for them, they have always been really aggressive on top all season. That's been their thing. When they are on top of you, they will pound and ground and force you over to your back to get back points. I think that's going to be the big key thing for them if they want to put this North Tama team down and out. And for North Tama, you got to rebound. Yes, you lost to Sumner-Fredericksburg, but you're capable of putting up a good fight against this Wapsie team. I think the open weights is what's going to kill them tonight, but I hope that North Tama and this North Tama Wapsie duel is really competitive. Fireworks everywhere.
Yeah, it should have to be an exciting one in some of the wrestled matches. No, we didn't have the graphic up for you, and we haven't talked about it yet, but updated rankings from IA Wrestle back on Tuesday. In the individual rankings, Wapsie Valley with 2 in the rankings this week in 1A. Dawson Schmidt stayed at number 6 at 126 pounds, while Drew Lansing appeared in the rankings at number 10 at 170. In this duel here for North Tama at 113 pounds, they have Case Monat, who's ranked number 5, and at 138 pounds, Colt Kanak is ranked 4th. So we'll see a few ranked wrestlers in this one coming up.
My battery. 57. We should make it through one more duel.
All right, we're ready to go. Looks like we will be wrestling a 106-pound JV match. And then the varsity will get going. In this JV match, looks like for Wapsie Valley, it's Evan Sander taking on North Tama's Drake Dvorak.
Good, nice hand fighting here. Sander trying to look for a shot. Some just hand fighting here in the center. Dvorak there on a shot. Sander with a nice front headlock position. He's got to try to run around behind. He's got to push his head into the mat, get that hand off his leg. He will. Gets around behind for the 2. Dvorak tried to reach up for the head, but can't get anything. Sander working on that wrist there of Dvorak, but Dvorak tried to go over there for a sit-out. Dvorak worked his way back up to his feet, gets that. So, with about a minute left to go here in the first, 2-1 is our score in favor of Evan Sander. Sander there with a double leg shot. He's got to get his knees up. Doesn't, so Dvorak get around behind for the 2. Take a 3-2 lead with just under a minute to go here in the first. Dvorak trying to look for a half Nelson there. Sander trying to pull his arm through. Might get some near falls, but elbow or that shoulder just not there. He must have got the 2 count. So make it 5-2 now in favor of Dvorak. As he looks for more near fall points, and a quick fall for Drake Dvorak. As we will head into the varsity matches.
Starting off our varsity matches, 182 pounds is where we'll begin. Cannon Yeager headed out to the circle for Wapsie Valley, and North Tama is going to send no one as Yeager gets the forfeit win. Wapsie Valley, the first on the board with a 6-0 lead, 195 pounds. Up next, Derek Hilsenbeck coming on out.
He will also receive a forfeit as we head to heavyweight, 220, my bad. As it'll be Keegan Brown for the Warriors. Looks like he will also receive a forfeit. He does. So a quick 18-0 lead for the Warriors as we head to heavyweight. It'll be Andrew Mathias for the Warriors against Clayton Bolt for the Redhawks.
So we'll see our first wrestled varsity match with the Warriors up 18-0 in the duel. A pair of heavyweights out there, Mathias and Bolt.
Especially with these heavyweights, they're just going to try to push each other around, look for an open shot. They really don't take any big shot opportunities because you don't want to be under all that weight. Try to work up. It's really hard to push up with your legs and your knees, try to work on a shot opportunity with all that weight on top of you. So expect a lot of upper body work, kind of like Greco-Roman wrestling. Mathias trying to look for a headlock there, but they'll clear out and head back in. Bolton trying to look for a headlock. And
Mathias escapes out of it, gets the reversal, or gets the takedown, rather. Good job by Mathias there, able to free his head and get that hip around and get on top.
I think for Bull, he just tried to throw too early. He didn't have secure position. Mathias was able to get his head out and get around for the takedown. Bolt trying to work up to his feet here. Mathias trying to work on that front head, but Bolt working back up. Gets taken right back down to his stomach. Mathias looking for that power half. Trying to find some way to get it in. Mathias just can't seem to get that lock there on that power half as we wind down time here in the first period. Bolt doing a nice job of defending that power half by Mathias, which Mathias goes to that power half very often in these top positions as a way to get turns and back points and falls.
And the clock will run out on the first period. It's Andrew Mathias on top 2-0 over North Tama's Clayton Bolt.
Bolt gets the decision here in the second period. He will choose neutral. Nice head throw there by Mathias. Bolt rolls through. And looks like we had a takedown there by Mathias and escape by Bolt, make it 4-2. Mathias tried to pick up Bolt. I guess it was 4-1, my bad.
Mathias was able to get around there, tried to go for the lift, but Bolt stayed strong, keeping his weight down. So 4-1, Mathias leads about halfway through this second period.
What a sequence of events. Bolt tries to go for a headlock. Mathias counters with a headlock of his own, throws Bolt to the mat. Bolt rolls through gets up to his feet, gets out for the one, making a 4-1 match with about a minute left to go here in the second period. We're still hand fighting in the neutral position.
Both wrists in up tight. Bolt trying to go for the under.
Bolt trying to go for that
Grabbing
headlock.
left arm.
Bolt tried to go for that headlock, but couldn't get that foot around. That's been Bolt's move so far in this match, is trying to go for that front headlock. Maybe one of these times he'll get it, it'll work. But so far, Matthias has been able to defend it. We're still in this neutral position. Bolt trying to go for the headlock again. Can't get it. He just...
And Matthias turns it on him again. Gets his head out and around for the takedown.
And Bolt is just going to these headlocks too early. He can't go to that, can't try to go for that throw with no lock in there. He's got to wait till he gets that hand and that head around into that lock. But as we head into the third, Matthias has the decision. He'll choose to go neutral. Interesting decision. Bolt again trying to go for that headlock.
Both wrestlers step back and eye each other up. Aim in again.
That's been the theme of this match. Just clear out, come right back in. Do a little hand fighting, clear out, come right back in. Had a little bit of action with these headlock attempts by Bolt, but just not happening. Matthias has been able to counter these headlocks. Points of his own. To go back into another tie. Bolt trying to look for that headlock. At this point, Matthias has got to keep an eye out for that headlock, because can't get caught one of these times. If he gets caught just once, it could end up Bolt had it. Had the headlock, but no clear out. Got about a minute left here to go in the third period. If Bolt wants to win this match, he's got to find some way to get some offense in.
Both wrestlers showing some exhaustion here. Who's got it left in them? 40 seconds to go in the match. Matthias tries to pull him in, stuff the head under.
Matthias looking for a body lock because they'll go out of bounds. Got about 30 seconds left here in the match. Bolt's got to get some offense going. Bolt's got to get some offense. He's got 20 seconds. Go for the headlock. He steps through. Matthias, great job of defending it. Great job by Matthias to to get out of the headlock there as this match will wind down. Be a 6-1 win for Andrew Matthias as we head back into the lighter weights.
Good job there, Matthias. Was able to really showcase some defensive wrestling, getting out of a couple of those headlocks and getting around, using a little speed where a lot of these heavyweights aren't used to. So it's a 21-0 Warrior lead going to the 106-pounders. For Wapsie Valley, it will be Kaden Belinsky. For North Tama, be Mona.
Early shot there by Belinsky on the front headlock. He's trying to work around behind, but no points. Monat does a really nice job of defending it. Belinsky's got that, I guess if you want to call it signature move, he's got that fireman's carry that he likes to go to a lot, especially in those front headlock positions. So we work, towards the middle of the mat. Belinsky there with a shot. Monat defends it nicely, sprawls out of it. Trying to break that hand free, get around behind. Nice job by Belinsky Monat looked like he got behind, but Belinsky able to throw him right by and get around behind for the 2. Belinsky on top. He likes to go for them tilts. We'll see if we can see maybe some sort of tilt, try to get some back points here. But Monat doing a really nice job trying to keep on his base, not go down to his stomach. Belinsky works him down to his stomach. Gets that arm bar. He's got to get that wrist. He does. He's going to run it around.
Wrist tucked under, run that shoulder over.
Monat doing a nice job.
Back. He will have a 2 count on the near fall.
Monat did a nice job of rolling through. Now he's got Belinsky kind of folded up here with short time. See if Monat can get maybe a 2 reversal or just an escape. But Belinsky looks like he's going to hold on, keep this 4-0 lead going into the second.
Belinsky was able to stay locked onto that left leg of Monat, holding on to his 4-0 lead. So Max and Monat on top, and Kata Belinsky in the bottom position to start the second.
Belinsky, looks like we're in a bit of a scramble here. As looks like both wrestlers trying to find some position, but you got these sort of scrambles where they're in awkward positions. Both wrestlers gotta kind of find a way to work out of it. Belinsky's got an ankle. See if he can cut it off. Maybe go to a double leg of some sort, but he's got to come out the back door, see if he can turn in. He's got to turn in. Monat's holding on to that ankle. Now he's got an arm around Belinsky's waist. Belinsky's trying to forward pressure into Monat. As he does, gets around behind for the 2.
Belinsky nice. Able to just keep on working, keep on pushing through that, and it pays off for him.
Nice scramble work there by Belinsky, able to know where he's at, know what he's got to do, and keep working. And once he got into that position, he was able to keep forward pressure, just work Monat over to get the 2. Belinsky working on top. He's got that arm bar across the back. See if he can reach out for that front wrist. Maybe looking for a tilt. He's got to load him up, and as he does, getting back points. He's going to get 3. Or maybe just 2. Thought he got the 5 count, or at least the 4 count, but see if he worked for an arm bar. He's got about 10 seconds to work with here. He's got to get that front wrist, which he does, but loses it. I guess he got it back. He's working him over. He will get the 2 near fall as we head into the third. It'll be 8-0. The lead for Caden Belinsky of Wapsie Valley.
Cheer for Belinsky. You have an 8-0 lead here. What's your thoughts and what's your plan of attack on Monat here?
I think for Monat, you just got to be aggressive. You got to keep going, keep taking shots like that. Belinsky in on a nice shot there, trying to work up for a double leg, but Monat's been really defensive this match. He hasn't taken a lot of shots of his own. Belinsky's kind of beating him to it. And on bottom, you got to keep working. You can't just give up positions and give up points. Got to keep working out of those positions, trying to find some way to get out, get on your feet, get out, maybe a sit out, maybe a stand up, trying to find some way to get out. As that'll be a 2 takedown there for Belinsky. Monat's going for that ankle, but Belinsky trying to work behind.
Belinsky driving the head into Monat's back as he pulls that right arm. Trying to work him over. Druts on the head. And a pin for for Kaden Belinsky. In 5 minutes and 3 seconds, Belinsky gets the pin of Maxon Monat and ups the Warriors' lead to 27-0. Our 113-pounders up next for Wapsie Valley will be Landon Frost. He will be taking on 5th-ranked Case Monat of North Tama.
Shot attempt there by Frost, defended nicely by Monat. Both wrestlers just trying to feel each other out, trying to get a feel of the match. As Monat there with 2 quick shots, and a third gets on the double. Trying to work it in the scramble position, but somehow Frost ends up with a leg. He's trying to turn into Monat. He does. He's got to cut it off to 2. It's got to work. Monat's got that ankle. That should be 2. There it is. That should be 2.
Ankle and gets the 2. Perseverance pays off. Keeps on circling around. Was able to break the hold.
That was a nice job there by Frost. Took Monat's shot. He had really good position on him, but Frost able to work out of it and get around behind for the 2. As Monat works around, gets the reversal. Frost trying to work for that hip out again, but Monat able to cover up the hips, bring him down to his stomach. See what Monat wants to do here on top. Nice hip out there by Frost. Monat's trying to hang on. He's got about 20 seconds. He's got to hang on.
Monat still with the advantage position. Frost working on that right leg. Trying to hold on.
Yep. Just, it looks like he will, but Frost with a nice hip out there. Almost got around behind, but Monat able to hang on. Keep this match tied going into the second. Frost will get the choice in the second. He in the first. Monat will take the bottom position. We start the second period. Monat trying to grab that leg, and he does. He's trying to cut off to a double, but Frost has got that inside leg. Still got that inside leg. See if he can get that other hand around, lock it. Crossface there by Monat. Get the 2. Looks like he's trying to go for maybe a Turk. He almost had a shelf there. The leg, back leg of Frost shelf, trying to go for a Turk, but doesn't get it. No. Just settle for a 4-2 lead. But Monat working on top. Got about a minute left to go here in the second. We will head out of bounds. Go back to the center.
For 2, number 2 ranked Case Monat leads Landon Frost. Correction, 5th ranked Case Monat. Sorry, the updated rankings. Monat dropped from number 2 to number 5.
Monat working on top. Got about 40 seconds left in the second period. Monat trying to work Frost to his stomach, which he does. Looks like he's got an arm bar. Or, sorry, my correction. It's like a ball and chain, I think. He's trying to get a tilt loaded up. But Frost Trying to go for that hip out again. He's got to scoot his hips out. Had that opportunity. Just got to keep scooting those hips out. Try to forward pressure back into Monat, trying to flip him over. But as time expires here in the second, 4-2 lead for Monat.
Just one period to go here at 113 pounds.
I'm honestly kind of surprised. We'll have a caution here on Monat for taking off too early, but kind of surprised that Monat's just going to let Frost up. Because now it's a 1-point match, and Frost gets a takedown here. He takes the lead, so Monat better be on his A game. Looks like he is. He's got a single leg there. He's trying to lift it up high. Frost trying to stay up on that leg. He's got to stay strong. Can't let Monat try to trip him.
Monat's taking the approach, taking his time, trying to wear Frost out there, bouncing on one leg. Monat gets him down to the mat, and a takedown for 2.
Monat just running the pipe there, brought him back down, pressure on that back leg. Gets Frost off balance and is able to kind of ankle pick and shove it in that back ankle of Frost, get around behind for the 2. And Monat with a half Nelson there, puts Frost on his back. Frost doing a really good job of trying to get off his back, but luck runs out. And Monat gets the fall over Landon Frost.
So Monat comes away victorious in that one, puts North Tama on the board for the first time in this duel. Warriors leading 27-6, but a good effort from Landon Frost against the top 5 ranked Monat. On to 120 pounds we go. For Wapsie Valley, it will be Reese Hagenow. He's taking on Stone Terrency.
Both wrestlers going for some inside ties here. Hagenow with a nice single leg shot. Get around behind. Gets an armbar locked in really fast. But lets it go. Quick takedown there for Hagenow as he starts to work on top as they'll go out of bounds. Come back to the center. We start up again. Hagenow on top. Terrency works up to his feet. Trying to turn back into Hagenow, and he does. See if he can finish, get around behind for the 2. So they'll go out of bounds.
Sanford gonna free at the buzzer end of regulation to send it to
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. For Michigan?
Sorry, folks, just a little excitement on our part as we got notification in college basketball, Iowa winning in overtime over Michigan. But enough of that ball talk. We've got mats in front of us and wrestlers.
Nice armbar there by Hagenow. Looks to settle in. Try to get the fall. He's got to run around again. Terrency doing a nice job getting off his back. But Hagenow with the fall.
That fall coming in 1 minute and 11 seconds for Reese Hagenow.
As we head to 126, it'll be the Hammer from Wapsie Valley, Dawson Schmidt, against North Tama's waiting for lineups here. Briar Hall of North Tama.
Schmidt coming into this one ranked 6th at 126 pounds in Class 1A. Schmidt early on the shot, a quick double, and lets Hall up. Back in on the attack, 2 more for Schmidt. We're again a frenzy of attacks.
Another high crotch into a double leg. Gets around behind for 2.
Schmidt just doesn't stop. 3 quick takedowns. Escapes back in again around for 2 more. An 8-3 lead. Gives up the escape. Now 8-4. A big lift and takedown for Schmidt. He doesn't stop. His motor always running.
Bam, another takedown. Just overloading Hall with a frenzy of attacks. Hall just doesn't know where the next one's coming. As Schmidt trying to look for some near fall points, but will not get them. So now I think for Schmidt, you're up 7. I think he tried to work for some tilts, or I guess now he's trying to work.
Head presses and gets the pin.
Quick match.
In just 1 minute and 5 seconds, Dawson Schmidt gets the pin over Briar Hall. I think for some of our history buff fans, that's what you would call a blitzkrieg.
Yeah, definitely. Just offense, offense, offense. Like, does not stop. Dawson Schmidt keeps his motor going, always running at you, always taking shots, keep the offense going. Quick match there for Dawson Schmidt as we head into 132, where it'll be Gavin Roush of North Tama taking on Wapsie's Dallas Tissue.
Tissue goes for the lift. Roush able to fight it off as they go to the edge.
Nice whizzer there from Roush. Even though he got lifted up, taken right back down on the mat. Way to keep that whizzer, keeping Tissue from getting the takedown. Tissue in there on a shot. But looks like we have a potentially dangerous, so we'll start back over at the center. As it's like Tissue takes a shot there, gets one leg, tried to go for a double, but trips him over for a single, gets a 2, takes a 2-0 lead with about a minute to go left here in the first. So Roush works right up to his feet. Tissue trying to bring him back down. He does, gets an arm bar. He's got to keep him in balance here. It looks like he's got Tissue's trying to pull him back in. They'll go out of bounds. Smart wrestling there by Tissue. Realizes he's on the edge of the mat and just runs Roush right off the mat. Gets a fresh start. Roush gets up to his feet, turns back into Tissue, but Tissue tried to go for a single leg trip. Stays in. That's a scramble there. Just Roush gets up, turns back in. Tissue grabs the single leg, tries to trip. Roush gets out, but Tissue able to keep that ankle, works out, gets an ankle pick right in, and keeps the points. But Roush able to stand up, get right out. So we head back up to our feet. Tissue with a 2-1 lead over Roush. About 20 seconds left here to go in the first. Roush tried to go for a slide by there as he tries again, but Tissue able to work around behind. Roush just got to keep the arm.
Wrestlers working towards the edge of the mat. Just a few seconds left in the period. And they go out of bounds with 3 seconds on the clock.
Nice whizzer there from both wrestlers, able to keep points off the board for either one. As we end the first period, Roush gets the choice to first or third. Tissue chooses bottom to start the second. Tissue trying to put that hand in his back pocket. Trying to turn around. Roush with a lift. Tissue back up to his feet. Tries to turn back in. Looks like he will get the escape. So we head back to center circle. Looks like ref team, both wrestlers are still in bounds. Tissue with a shot. Tries to go for a double leg, but gets one. Cuts off to a double.
Gets his head over, and two more for Dallas Tissue on the takedown.
Roush tried to look for that whizzer as Tissue attempted the shot, but Tissue able to just throw it on by, get around, get a double leg, get around behind for the two. Tissue looks like he's got that armbar in, but lets it go. As Roush working back up to his feet, but Tissue brings him back down to his stomach. About just under a minute to go here in the second.
Tissue working that armbar over, trying to get the turn on Roush. He's got the count started. Seems to press the hips, and he does, and gets the fall. 32 seconds left in the second period. The pin for Dallas Tissue over the Red Hawks, Gavin Roush.
This looks like we will head to 138. Where it'll be Wapsie's Kanan Decker against North Tama's Colt Canuck.
Canuck coming into this one ranked 4th in Class 1A at the weight class.
This will be an interesting match for Decker. See if he's good enough to hang around the big boys, those high rankings, as Decker goes for a shot. Canuck defending it nicely. Canuck there with that ankle, far ankle pick, gets around behind for the two. It's Canuck trying to work for a cradle. Looks like he's got that head towards the knee. See if he can kind of rock it back. Or excuse me, he looks like he lost the cradle there, but is Decker trying to work back up to his feet.
Work around trying to lock up that cradle again. 1 minute passed in this first period.
Canuck being heavy and hard on top. Looks like he's got that cradle. See if he can run it over. He's got to try to run it over Decker here. Decker trying to work his way. Looks like they might go out of bounds. And they will. Great job by Decker, knowing where he was on the mat. Being able to get out of that cradle situation he got himself into.
Decker, despite being a sophomore, one of the Warriors' more experienced wrestlers, a returning state qualifier, and picked up a few great wins, including earlier this year, a win over Columbus Catholics ranked Gavin Reed. That one we broadcast in the Warriors' second home duel of the season. She's got another great test here against Colt Canuck. Canuck with the 2-1 advantage here during the end of the first period.
Caden Deckers looks like he's going to hold off Canuck here at the end of the first. As we go to the second, Decker gets the choice. He will defer. Canuck chooses bottom. I think if you're Decker, you got to ride hard here. Try to keep him down on the mat, maybe work for some turns. It's Canuck.
Up to his feet and breaks the hands, gets the escape with a 3-1 lead now for Canuck.
Some hand fighting here. Decker there with a single leg shot. Whizzer by Canuck. Decker's got to pull that leg up to his feet. He's got to work his way up to his feet. Can't let this go on for too long. It was going to be a stalemate, but
gets his feet, still has that single leg locked in, but Canuck's able to break free of it and get back squared off at the center.
Canuck and Decker are just trying to work for head-hand position, looking for the next open shot. Looks like Canuck's got some wrist control there on that left arm of Decker. as they'll clear out with just under a minute to go here in the second period. 3-1 lead for Canuck over Decker. Decker there with the shot attempt, but Canuck into that front headlock position. Tries to block the knee. Run it over. Decker's got a lock on that leg. He's got to pull his knees under him. He's got to run his knees under him, try to get back up to his feet. But Canuck doing a really nice job holding that ankle. He's got about 20 seconds here. Decker hanging on to that knee. Might be a stalemate here, but with short time, probably not. So we will head to the third. 3-1 lead for Canuck as we go into the third period. I think as a coach, Coach Kroll over there, the obvious choice is bottom. But after, he getting takedown, can't get back up to his feet. Or, on top,
Decker able to work through. Gets over and gets the reversal, tying this one up 3-3.
Should have never said that. I take that back. But just seemed like nothing was really working for Decker, but finds a way to make something work.
Maybe that's what they call the announcer's reverse jinx.
Played the Uno reverse card.
Decker riding in that top position as Canuck flat to the mat. Trying to tuck those wrists under, crossface.
He's got to ride hard here. He's got to ride hard. Can't let Canuck get out. So he looks like he's trying to go for some sort of turn. Got just over a minute left here to go in this match. Decker trying to find a way to get a turn. Canuck playing some really good defense.
Call a stall there on Canuck with just under a minute to go in this one.
Decker just trying to find a way.
And
looks
a
like
stall there called on Decker. Riding the hips of Canuck, so each wrestler with a stall call here. As Canuck stands up, tries to break hands. Decker in on a double.
Great job by Decker keeping Canuck out of it. He's got to get that crossface. Looks like he's got a cradle. Oh, man, you can see that whole bench over there just exploding with excitement, but so close to getting some near fall points, which could have ended up giving him the win. So we will head to overtime. So,
and to sudden victory will go.
This is match of the night so far. You can just see that whole Wapsie bench just teetering on the edge. Canuck
trying to line up a shot. Fights off the counterattack by Canuck.
They go out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Looks like North Tama head coach was not happy with that call. Canuck still had his feet in bounds, but another shot there by Decker. Looks like two shots at the same time there, but just feel this whole gym just teetering on the edge of just exploding, even if it's one way or the other.
Decker tries to go in on that left leg. Fights off around the right side, gets that right leg locked up.
Could get two, that's two! He does! What a match! Kanan Decker with the takedown and the upset win over Colt Canuck. What a match!
A statement made by Kanan Decker, a sudden victory win and a 5-3 decision as Decker knocks off the fourth-ranked wrestler at 138 pounds.
That is grit right there. That is hardcore work grit. Decker able to pull out the upset with a really nice takedown, just working him over, pushing, until he got that double leg, gets around behind for the two. And that whole Wapsie bench went nuts. But we head to 145, where it'll be Wapsie's Braden Dana against North Tama's Keegan Brooks. Brooks in there on a shot. Dana into that front headlock position.
Tries to work around, spins him around, lets him go. Little ole move there. Rope-a-dope.
Nice slide by there by Dana. Brooks works right back up to his feet, but Dana's got to keep him down. Forward pressure. He's got to keep forward pressure on Brooks if he wants to keep him down. About 1:30 left to go in this first period. Dana trying to work on some sort of turn here. He's got that half Nelson and he's got to get out to the side, but Brooks able to defend it. He's got that arm bar now with a half. He's got to get out to the side. He's got that half. He's got to jump out to the side, try to run it over. So it looks like he's trying to go for a cradle here. Might have it locked up. Looks like he does. He's got to settle back. Yep, he's got it locked. He's got to pull him over, settle back as he does. Stacks him up for the fall for Braden Dana. Nice fall there for Braden Dana. Fall 1 minute 19 seconds.
Braden Dana collects that one. Another fall to the Warriors tally. Next on the docket, 152 pounds. Wapsie Valley will send to the table Garrett Miller.
Looks like he will receive a forfeit, as he does. So Garrett Miller receives a forfeit, taking the Warriors lead 60-6. As we head to 160, where it'll be Wapsie's Jonah Frost against North Tama's Ty Guthrie. Frost with some quick movement off the whistle, trying to work for some inside ties. So, just some kind of fake shots there by Jonah, trying to look for an open look. Or, I should say, look for an open shot. Nice single leg pickup there by Frost. See if he can put Guthrie down. Cuts off to a double. He will get the two. He's got an arm bar locked up already. He's working on the edge here, so he's got to maybe pull him back to the center or just kind of run him out of bounds. But about a minute left to go here in the first. It's like Jonah trying to look for a cross face cradle there, but Guthrie able to work out of it. So they're working right on the edge of that mat there. Suck back attempt.
Pulls him back in. Ooh, had him on towards his back.
So they're working right on that edge there. So they will go out of bounds, come back to the center. As we start back up here in the center. Frost just
tries to pull him in, work that left arm under. And clock runs out on the first period. Jonah Frost with the 2-0 lead on North Tama's Ty Guthrie. In the second period here, Frost in the bottom position, Guthrie in the top. Guthrie works around the left, tries to get a cradle right off the start.
Frost trying to work back up to his feet there, but Guthrie knows that, picks up the ankle and runs him right back down. It's Guthrie trying to work on that ankle there, but Frost turns back into him, gets around behind for the 2 reversal.
Good quick skirt around there for Frost. Moved around so quick his leg band fell off.
Frost now working on top. His lead is 4-0 over Ty Guthrie.
Frost throwing a couple cross faces there as he works around, then tries to pull that wrist under of Guthrie. Drives him forward, gets him back flat on the mat.
Frost, tries to work that wrist onto his back. Gets an arm bar. He's got that wrist, even walking around the head. And he does. He's got to flip him over right to his back. He's got to get that elbow down. That shoulder down. He's got to just put some pressure there on that shoulder. And he does. Gets the ball.
And pin for Jonah Frost.
Extending the Warriors' lead 66-6. As we head into our final match of the night. It'll be Wapsie Valley's Hayden Hilsenbach. Again, making his varsity debut tonight. Looks like he will have 2 forfeits tonight. So
the win there for Hayden Hilsenbach. And that wraps this one up. Wapsie Valley coming out victorious 72-6 over North Tama. So all of our matches in for this duel. Zach, how did they go?
I think it went great. I think especially for Wapsie, and I think Kanan Decker especially, that big statement win. But summary tonight, we started this duel at 182 with 3 Wapsie Valley forfeit wins with Cannon Yeager, Derek Hilsenbach, and Keegan Brown all receiving forfeits at their respective weights. 285, Andrew Mathias over Clayton Bolt of North Tama, decision 6-1. 106, Caden Belinsky over Maxon Monat, a fall of 5 minutes and 3 seconds. Case Monat with a fall over Landon Frost of 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Reese Hagenow over Stone Terrace of North Tama in a fall of 1 minute and 10 seconds. Dawson Schmidt over Briar Hall in a fall of 1 minute and 6 seconds. Dallas Tissue over Gavin Rauch in a fall of 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Kanan Decker with a big statement win over ranked opponent Colt Canuck, a sudden victory win of 5-3. Braden Dana over North Tama's Keegan Brooks in a fall of 1 minute and 19 seconds. Garrett Miller received a forfeit. Jonah Frost over Ty Guthrie in a fall of 3 minutes and 18 seconds. And to end the night, Hayden Hilsenbach received a forfeit, bringing the final score for this duel 72-6 Warriors.
And there you heard the recap. Zach giving you the rundown of each individual match there. We close out our night here at North Tama. Let's take one final look at the stats in the Warriors and Redhawks duel. It was Wapsie Valley coming out victorious in this one. Wapsie Valley collected 6 falls to North Tama's 1 and bested them with 5 forfeits, which really set the Redhawks back in this one. And Wapsie Valley picking up 1 decision and then 1 sudden victory decision, with Kanan Decker pulling the upset win over Colt Canuck. So that's how this duel went for the Warriors. Zach, final thoughts on this duel?
So I think for this duel, the final thoughts here are Wapsie again staying aggressive. They were on it. Keep it going offensively. They were always going, always looking for more ways to score points, making these Red Hawks kind of defensive in a way, trying to keep them on their heels, not really giving them any chances to score points. I think for our wrestler of the night, it's going to go to Keenan Decker. I think Keenan Decker, with that big upset win, really put him over the moon. That big sudden victory win, which he's already done this year. And I think that was big for him in this match. But I'm going to give a little bit of a consolation prize to Landon Frost because he had a really nice match against Samuel Egan of Sumner-Fredericksburg with that nice hip out right at the end there to steal the win. I think he wrestled really well tonight. Just got caught in that last match against a ranked opponent, but overall, a really good night for all these Wapsie wrestlers, and especially Kanan Decker and Landon Frost.
Absolutely great insight on tonight's duels, and Wapsie Valley picking up 2 more duel wins on the year as they improve to 17-3 on the duel season. Big reason why the Warriors ranked 8th in the most recent IWCOA dual team rankings and ranked 5th in the IA Wrestle dual team rankings. So upcoming on the Warrior Wrestling schedule, this Saturday the Warriors travel to Monona to compete in the MFL Marmac tournament. Always a great group of competition there, some great challenges, some great opportunities for the Wapsie Valley wrestlers. And then their next duel comes up on Thursday, actually their final duels of the regular season. They travel to East Marshall to take on East Marshall and BCLUW South Hardin. And next Saturday, the Warriors travel to the Doug Trees Bearcat Invitational at North Butler. Want to thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. And I want to thank my broadcast partner, Zach, for all of his great work tonight and everything done this season. This is our final wrestling broadcast of the regular season with the potential of Wapsie Valley wrestling in the regional duels. If you would like to see us there broadcasting that one, please reach out. We'll take some donations. There are some extra costs that go with streaming postseason events. If you would like to donate to help us bring that to you on our live stream, please reach out to us. But once again, thank you everyone for tuning in and for a great season. Wapsie Valley continuing, reaching the end of the regular season and approaching the postseason. For our broadcast tonight, I am Blake Boers, joined by Zach Bavers. Thank you, everybody, and go Warriors!